dun 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 dun. Let me fix this one here. Let's go over here. There we go. All right, you guys can kind of see me now. I've been in these videos. I have been leaving my above lights off just because if I find it a little bit easier on my eyeballs. I'm getting old, people. I'm getting old, and yeah, sometimes the lights are just a little too heavy for me. I know. I run the fear of going blind. Now, mind you, I mean the having diabetes and all that. I mean that can, also speed that up as well. But anyway, we're working on Kill Team Nachmund. Nachmund. Well, I don't speak German, so I don't have the fucking accent. I mean, I get people like fucking criticizing the way I say the word, and they're like, "Oh man, it's so terrible listening to non-German speakers say this word." And it's like, well, fuck, like motherfucker, I don't speak German.
Neither do I.
Yeah, but you're closer to them than I am.
That's true.
Like the instances of you running into a native speaker of German, is the odds of that occurring are higher for you than it is for me.
It is actually 100% in the summer.
But I will say that I have German speakers in my family. So maybe I should fucking shut up once in a while and, listen, I guess. I guess that's just sound advice for anybody, really. Just shut up and listen.
Just shut up and listen.
Just shut up and listen. That you know what? Like honestly, that is probably very, very true. Also today, folks, I'm joined by Barfing Sheep. Here, can I point to his name? I'll point to his name right there. Barfing Sheep.
Also known as King Shit of Fuck Mountain.
Is there a fuck mountain?
I'll fucking make one.
Fucking make one, man.
Yeah.
Sophie, afternoon, everyone. Nice t-shirt, Chris. Yeah, thank you, Sophie. Thank you. Gee, I'm old. I want the other one though that has the pie graph, and it's cut in half, and one half is knowing. Come on, people. No G.I. Joe enthusiasts out there. Tough crowd.
Over here.
What?
We didn't get that.
You guys didn't get G.I. No, well, because it's kind of American propaganda anyway, right? So,
Yeah.
Yeah. Basically where everybody shoots missiles and laser beams at each other and nobody dies. It's the perfect war.
We did get the one with... there were like guys in mech suits. One was a sea guy, the other was a tank, and one was a flyer.
Oh, Centurions.
Yes.
Yeah, I used to watch that one.
We got that one. Biker Mice from Mars. We got that as well.
Never watched that one.
Also, of course, Ninja Turtles.
Yeah, Ninja Turtles. Yeah, that was a worldwide phenomenon for a long time, right? All right, we're going to start right off. So today, as some of you may or may not have guessed, I am working on the Corsairs. We're doing kind of a low impact kind of day today. So I feel like getting some assemblies done. That's what I'm going to do. Because, well, basically, it's my fucking stream. I can do whatever I like. Right?
Fuck you for thinking otherwise.
Yeah, and fuck you for thinking otherwise. This is my stream, and yeah, I can do whatever I want. All right. So, you working on anything today?
Mandalorians.
Oh, right, Mandalorians. Yes, we were just talking about that before the stream. So, go ahead, Sheep. Let them know what your thought process is for your Mando schemes.
Yeah. After a bit of back and forth, a little bit of brainstorming. So these guys are originally Clan Ren, like Sabine Wren. But from like the Mandalorian series with Mando and Din Djarin, what's his face?
Din Djarin, what's
They're
his
all
face?
like different. Din Djarin, is that his name?
Yeah.
Yeah. They're all like different guys, different types of Mandos from different clans because they have different color armor and whatnot. That's what I'm doing. It's like they're all going to be their individual little guys.
Yeah, I think so.
And girls.
I like that idea. I like that. Keeps it fun. Really? Keeps it fresh.
Yeah.
You know, you can.
My playing style.
Yeah, and you can paint them up however you want. So you're not really going to get bored with this little group of Mandos because you can color them, you know, all sorts of different ways, and it does make sense within, you know, Mandos, right? Mandos doing Mando things. Isn't that the way it goes?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's very cool. And you're going to share your work with us?
I am. I forgot to take a picture of my Blood Kings. Now that you mentioned it.
Well then, guess what that means?
I said I would do. Yeah.
Guess what that means?
Gotta fucking do it.
It means we have to eke out some sort of punishment for you. We need to have bad monkey punishments for when they don't share. Bad little monkeys, just little bad little monkeys. Oh, spank me! I'm a bad monkey. Sophie, before I was born, LOL. Yeah, Sophie, I know. Everything's before you were born, kid. You have to look up in a history book to know what the fuck I'm talking about. Yeah. Little smart asses. Why are kids such smart asses? Why? Tell me, please. I wish to know.
I do have one quote from work today.
Okay.
It was, "What the fuck are we gonna? What else are we gonna fucking do? Just sit home and masturbate?" Which I thought was, yeah, fair point. I mean, you could do that.
You could.
That is up to you individually.
It's an option. So you're saying there's a chance. Because, I mean, like, if a fucking employer told me, do your fucking job or you can go home and masturbate, guess what? Guess where Chris is going? I mean, it was an option, right? So, all right, fuck it, I'm going home jerking off. Fuck it. Fuck all this bullshit, I'm going home. Oh, fuck. I really should have like a parental advisory sticker up in the corner somewhere in the stream or something. I thought he was going to put together models. He kept talking about jerking off.
Mom, come pick me up. He's talking about jerking off and shit.
Yeah. And shit?
No, that was yesterday.
Oh yeah. Fuck. Yeah, let's not go there again. Ever again. Although.
However.
So we're just starting right off at the first character, which is the Voidscarred Fellark. Now, would you say Fellark or Fellarch?
I'd say Fellark.
Fellark? Kind of like Mullark? Like Malarkey?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, I'm with it. Well.
Like a person on top of... No, never mind. My lingual skills just fucking failed right there.
I was going to say, where were you going with that?
Because I would say arch if it were like a building.
Right. Well, because like the codexes and stuff like that, they talk about autarch, right? Which is AUTARCH, right? So it's autarch, and so I assume this word is like Fellark, right? What's up, dude? Don't talk about it. It's that and that came in. my boy here, he's watching all the things. He's staring at all my projects.
You lucky bastard.
Is the Browns fan in here?
Oh, Scott? No, he's not here. Why, you want to talk shit to him?
Baker requested a trade.
Oh, and?
I don't think he's going to get it, but he requested that he wants to be traded from Cleveland.
Even despite the fact that Deshaun's like not 100% going? Like
he's not. They've informed that they're not going for Deshaun anymore.
Oh, really?
So even after all that, Baker says no.
Huh.
He wants to be traded.
Interesting. Yeah.
No talk.
Yay, sports ball.
More sports ball, yeah.
Sports ball.
I keep telling this guy to like fucking do his own podcast to like, you know, talk where he can just talk about football. He just sit there, staring at his mug, probably sitting in his fucking jerseys.
I've honestly been toying with the idea of doing like a TikTok, like
yeah, just doing fucking TikTok.
Yeah, just like little recaps of like what talk about
Just talk about fuck whatever. Yeah, do it. May as well.
If you know what you're talking about, why not?
Well, he doesn't, but
if you can make it sound like you know what you're
and that's how I've built my career.
Thinking you know what you're talking about.
No, not thinking. Believing.
Making people believe.
If you believe.
Right, exactly. If you believe it enough, it'll happen. It'll happen.
These look cool.
Yeah, I just put those transfers on yesterday.
Can't talk about that?
Yeah, you can. Oh, yeah, you can talk about that.
Just not that.
Because I was working on that on the stream.
Just not this.
Yeah, not that.
Okay.
Yeah, can't talk about that. You get me in trouble. But yeah. Sophie, Centurions was 1980s. Wasn't it also, I think, I don't know, it was a fantasy one, the Knights and Magic, with symbols on their chest, and they could change into Visionaries. Oh, Visionaries, yeah. And I think I saw a clip on YouTube. Yeah, Visionaries, yeah, I remember that one. There was, man, in the 80s, like growing up, it was scads and scads of cartoons, all to push toy lines, because basically the cartoons were like commercials for the toys. So, which is really interesting, because on Netflix there is a really fun series called The Toys That Made Us, or Toys That Inspired Us, something like that. And it's really good because it goes into like, the origins of like Barbie or He-Man or, all these different famous toy lines. Transformers was a big one. But yeah, check. I definitely highly recommend that if you have a bit of a brain for, historical things and, the origins, the etymology of things. It's interesting anyway. Old man Logan, sup, dude? Sup. Excuse me. Choking on my own words here. Sophie, hey Logan, thinking which in a pinch. Which in a pinch? Which in a pinch? Thinking which in a pinch. Football is boring though. Football, like soccer or American style football? Which one are we talking? I mean, I used to be of the similar mindset. I was not really one for sports, even though I did play sports in high school and such, wrestling and things. I didn't really care for it, especially once I was, I don't know, adopting a bit more of a artistic stance on things, as my aesthetics towards certain things changed, and yeah. But then I had kids, and we wanted to get our kids into organized sports, team building, that usual excuse for things, stuff like that. And so yeah, and to encourage my kids, I got into the things that they were into. And of course my wife, she's into sports, and so yeah, it's compromise, man. It's all about compromise, right? That's what it's all about. Can't be all just you all the time. I mean, it can, but it'll leave you pretty hollow.
The upper you get.
What's that?
Yeah, see how far you get.
Yeah, exactly. You know, it's like, you know, like, I don't think every kid should have to play sports, but I think getting kids to recognize what sports does for team building and camaraderie, and but mind you, I mean, also there are other downsides to that kind of mentality, you know, the sports team kind of mentality, right? Because like you look at a situation like here in North America where it's team blue versus team red, and you know, it just plays into that kind of tribalism, right? And I think that like it really, when we're looking at young people, we really should be weighing all the options and providing counterbalances for a lot of these popular ideas, right? So when they're talking about culture, they should also be talking about counterculture and so on and so forth. Balance. You need balance. Otherwise, you end up with extremists on either side. So basically, what I'm saying, people, is once I'm emperor, then it'll all be good. That's the plan going forward. The room's just quiet. Did he just say when he's emperor?
Grace shall bring peace to the galaxy.
I will bring peace to the galaxy. Safety and security in my new empire.
Oh, new empire.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah, my new empire.
Yeah.
Get the shit out of your ears.
You know, like I shit on a lot of things. I shit on like Star Wars stuff a lot, even though I'm a big fan of Star Wars. But I love when you get some of these comparisons of like what was told in the prequels and how it lines up with things. Oh, losing my hair. How it lines up with things in the original trilogy. You know, when you get the prequel and the original trilogy, story elements kind of line up. One of my favorite ones that I see every once in a while in Star Wars groups is how when Darth Vader's fighting Luke in Return of the Jedi, and Luke, you know, he does that acrobatic thing up onto the landing, and Darth Vader says, Obi-Wan has taught you well. Right? Have you seen that one?
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, basically because Luke has the high ground. And then, of course, Anakin basically just whips his lightsaber up and takes out his high ground. Like, you know, that's just fun kind of, you know, making those kind of connections in the thing. I'm sure that was not entirely realized when those stories were being made, but maybe they were. I have no idea. I wasn't there during the creative process, but yeah, it's just fun. It's just fun things like that I get a kick out of.
Did Favreau have anything to do with the prequels?
I don't know if he did. I thought Filoni did. Like he was like an assistant of some sort during that time. Well, no,
So
because
I could imagine Favreau doing something like that intentionally.
Well, I don't know if Favreau was part of any of the prequel stuff. I think Filoni was, because Clone Wars came out after Revenge of the Sith, and that was like that was what, mid 2000s or mid early 2000s, and so he would have been there. And of course, being, you know, a fan that he is, you know, he could have, but I mean, I don't know if he was involved in when they made the prequels. You know what I mean? So like to make those kind of connections throughout, you know, those first 6 movies, which is a little disappointing that the last 3 don't have those kinds of connections. those kind of connections are forced on the previous 6, right? And yeah, the part 7, 8, 9, really those films should have been like a separate story from the main, story of Star Wars. I feel anyway. If I'm putting on my nerd cap.
Nerd cap.
The nerd cap.
It was, they were pushing to end the Skywalker saga. So would it have been something different if it... How would they end the Skywalker saga if those 3 movies would have been something else, like their entire standalone story?
It really should... To bring an end to the Skywalker story really should have been more along the lines of Luke and Leia. And...
Yeah.
And the chaos. And the chaos that would have ensued after the fall of the Empire. And trying to restore either the Republic or trying to build a new Republic, right? And it really should have been about, like if they wanted to create introduce these ideas of, giving up the past and, forging a new path, that really would have been a far more interesting story and compelling for our times. Traditionalism versus progression, right? Conservatism versus, progressive, right? And all these kinds of ideas. I mean, you can throw in all these really, really interesting topics to create debate, right? And treat it in such a way that, both sides, yeah, they go, you know what? Yeah, I can see that side of the argument and I can see that side of the argument, right? And I mean, because it's a constant debate that we have in every walk of life today. And yeah, it would have just been a fun vehicle to talk about those things. And typically, good sci-fi does just that, right? Handles today's issues outside of, usual story lanes. But anyway. Because, yeah, telling a story of Luke versus Leia, essentially, would have been really, really interesting because Luke definitely could have been, or would have been, on the side of, tradition versus Leia, who would have most likely been more progressive type of ideas, right? And also it could have been explored the idea of what happens when, in this fictional universe, the Force is divided up between 2 people, who are essentially family, right? And one wants to go one way and another wants to go another way. Again, I mean, the shit almost writes itself, really.
At this point, yeah.
You know?
Such fast, like a backlog Star Wars shit that it would write itself.
Yeah, exactly. You know what I mean? Because just telling a trilogy of, because essentially, right, from episode 1 to episode 6, it is the rise and fall and redemption of Anakin Skywalker. And so that thematic element should have been carried over to 7, 8, and 9, right? Which would have been the rise and fall and redemption of Anakin, and then the repercussions of his legacy, which would have been Luke and Leia. And so, your first story could have been about how, Luke wants to restore the Jedi Order, and, he wants to return to what, the Old Republic was, because it's the kind of things he dreamed of. Whereas Leia grew up on Alderaan, where she did not have to struggle. She did not have to, struggle like Luke had to struggle. where he, his dreams of glory in the past, really would have determined his path. And Leia growing up in a bit more of a civilized type situation where she was not fighting for her life and she was not in danger, and you know what I mean? Like, again, like it's like it's two sides of our world that you could have explored in that storyline without it being terribly obvious, right? People could have still went to those movies and enjoyed them for the pew pew and laser beams. But meanwhile, there is a much deeper story at play.
Should have called it Slumdog Padawan.
What?
We could have called it Slumdog Padawan.
Slumdog Padawan. Yeah, might as well.
Yeah.
May as well. You know what? I've never watched Slumdog.
Neither have I.
So
Who the fuck has?
well, apparently a bunch of people, because I mean, like, I'm pretty sure that movie won like awards, did it not? And it was a big deal when it came out. No?
Wasn't it just? I mean, what I've gleaned of it is it's Aladdin in the real world, kinda.
Is that what it is?
I may be wrong, since I have not seen it.
Right. So assume you're wrong, and you'll have to watch it. Just so that you can accurately shit on it or applaud it. Right?
Yeah, I wouldn't go that far.
Well, I mean, like, I don't like to trash a film or anything, music, what have you, unless, of course, I can speak about it intelligently, right? I wouldn't just arbitrarily it's trash. Yeah, but I mean, I do that sometimes just to be ignorant, but yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm not saying it's trash. I haven't seen it.
Neither have I. And
So
I'm not in a mad rush to
joke
see
is
it
moot.
either. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not really in a mad dash to go see it either. But mind you, I mean, like, I was the same way with Game of Thrones. I couldn't give a shit about Game of Thrones years and years ago. And it wasn't until this year that I actually sat down and watched it. And I enjoyed it. And I could see why people enjoy it. Because it was a fairly interesting show. I mean, it dealt with some very familiar, ideas and stuff, but, it was still good. Yeah, I know people shit on the last season and what have yous, and sure. I mean, whatever. It is what it is. But yeah. Sophie, will they be doing more standalone movies like Solo and Rogue One, or other trilogy and just TV shows like Mandalorian? Disney have the rights to the storyline? I don't know. I mean, right now it seems like right now, Disney and Star Wars and the stuff they want to put out, it seems to be very nostalgia focused, especially with Mandalorian. Mandalorian is peak nostalgia, right? And yeah, it just does not seem like there's a lot of original thinking going on with the Star Wars stuff, right? Because
the last thing we got was Rogue One.
Yeah, Rogue One is probably the last thing to be something of kind of an original thing, but yet it still has a lot of beats that are very familiar, right? And there's a lot of things in it that are, especially a lot of us Star Wars nerds go, oh, I see that. Oh, look, remember that from that thing, and oh, you know what I mean? And it just it plays off that nostalgia, the Easter eggs and shit like that, right? Like that all plays into that nostalgia. I'm not saying like it's wrong or it's lazy or anything like that, but it does. But it sells, right? And in this game, that's what it's about. It's about selling. First and foremost, it's always about the money. They don't give a shit about whether or not you truly love the character or not. It's how do they capitalize on your love of that character? How do they get you talking about that character? How do they keep you in the conversation? How do they keep you hooked? And that's it. And sometimes when they make these really weird decisions, you have to look at it from that perspective first. I think that's the healthiest way to look at it is, why did they make that decision? Was it decision artistic or was it commercial decision? Usually when dealing with big businesses, it's commercial. Very rarely does it feel like it's an artistic chance they took. The only time that I can see that that you could attribute artist integrity over commercial integrity is probably something like Star Wars Visions, where it has nothing to do with Star Wars. It's a bunch of random ass stories from a bunch of random animation houses, and they just said, here it is, do something creative. And that's about the only thing I can think of where they let artists play within the playground of the IP. Because I like Star Wars, but I also like good sci-fi as well. And I like good storytelling. Now, the story doesn't have to be terribly deep and complex for me to enjoy it. You know, like something like Dune, it doesn't have to be on the same level as Dune, you know. But it's nice when it does happen. I forgot to turn this part on. See, I knew there was always something I forget to do. There we go. Old Man Logan. So, Chris, let's talk dragons, photographing metallics, etc. I was unable to be on Way the Brush this weekend, so missed all your nice comments. I just watched them, though. Thank you. Yeah, no problem. Again, I think in Way the Brush I was talking about possibly doing a tutorial on, you know, photographing. And yeah, I mean, I've taken a lot of photographs of very reflective surfaces of models and stuff like that, so I have a bit of experience, you know, getting the lighting and everything like that. But yeah, I mean, like if there's something specific, old man, that you want to talk about, yeah, just send me a message, man. Send me a message. I'll help you out. More than happy to help you out. Sophie, has anyone seen that video clip of Mando and Boba at a marriage guidance meeting where Boba is going on and Mando's stealing his show, and I can't remember if it's YouTube or TikTok. No. But I get it. Yeah, old man. Haven't seen, sounds hilarious. Yeah. Kim, there he is. Hey there. Hey, Kim.
Hey.
Are you an hour late again? Oh, no, we haven't even been on an hour. Am I an hour late? I might be an hour late.
Are you going to keep it?
The hour? Oh. Yeah, it's like Sophie's Choice up in this bitch.
It was the up in this bitch that got me.
Word. Word. No. I mean, can't be an asshole all the time, can we? Can we? All right.
Possible. People do it all the time.
Yeah. Usually, right?
Yeah, people.
Dang people. Old man. The problem that I was having before is that my metallics would come out very dull. In person, they would look more like they do in most recent photos, but could not convey that for some reason before. Interesting. So your metallics, you're happy with how it looks in person, but in photography, you're not getting that same vibe. That's just nature of photography versus viewing in real person, right? Because for one, right, when we look at things in the real world, we're using two eyes. So we got two input sources going in versus a camera, which is one input source, right? One lens, one little sensor creating that image versus our eyes where we can see, right? And that's why, like, in photography, it's hard to photograph color shifting paint because it relies on our ability to see two different things at the same time on a surface versus in photographs where, you know, you got to light it a certain way so that it catches both things at play, right? Or through taking two different pictures at slightly different angles and creating a binocular type of view. But yeah, I mean, as far as like photographing metallics, yeah, it is really about how you light it and how the overall room is lit as well. Because again, if your room is really well lit and then you have light sources as well on your surface, the room itself will be reflected off of that surface. Now, I've taken a lot of pictures of like chrome models, so you do have to basically black out the room and then just have your specific light sources at play. And then of course it also has to do with your focal length and your exposure, right? Or well, the shutter speed, I should say. Because taking a longer exposure can help in some situations, whereas taking a shorter exposure will also help as well. It all depends upon how you've lit that entire thing, right? Photography is all about the light, right? Photography is all about light, capturing light. That's what it is. So, yeah. If you're having problems with taking photographs of metallic objects and, you know, stuff like that, it's really about your lighting, really, I think. I think that might be your biggest issue. Old Man Logan, for some reason, I was unable to with those last photos. I'm not sure what we're talking about there. Sophie, what? Missed that I'm a bit because... LOL? What? Missed? Oh, but the Sophie's Choice thing? Yeah, don't worry about it. It was dumb. It was a dumb joke. Old Man, right. I was in most of the recent photos. The armor came out looking very lustrous. Previous photos, not so much. Yeah, it might have been the way you were lighting it, and you know, the time of day and what have you. Like when I'm taking pictures of my stuff, my room is completely dark, and I only have usually about 2 or 3 light sources. And depending on how I want to take the particular photo, or how whatever the object is. For example, for example, Yindastra, right? For the Age of Sigmar model with the big wings, she's entirely chrome, and I think I use a color light as well, but you know, the room is completely dark because that chrome paint I use just reflects all the ambient light in the room. So that's why you want to create a black room and then just have specific lights at play. And then of course, depending on what, you know, how reflective the surface is, do you want to diffuse it or do you want a direct light? You know, do you want to play with colored lights? Making colored lights is really straightforward. There's really a lot of low cost options for creating colored lights. Basically, you can just take like a spray paint and spray a light bulb, right? And make a colored light that way. Like, it's really, really easy. Hell, I mean, for us miniature painters, I mean, like, we could take a regular light bulb and use a clear paint and cover the light bulb in clear paint. That'll work, you know, just as well. In a pinch. It's a low-cost option. Is it the best option? No. It's a low-cost option. But it is an option. So, yeah. It is really all about your lighting situation. Photographing bright objects and metallic and chrome and, you know, all these things. I don't know if that helps, old man, but yeah. I mean, if you need to, we can talk about it further. We can talk about it. It is a subject that I have a little bit of experience in. Yeah, another one for photographing your models is like I often will recommend you increase your f-stop, right? So the f-stop number, go higher, right? Usually I shoot anywhere from 9 to 11, f9, f11, when I'm shooting models. But just because a lot of models, there's a lot of depth, right? Especially the way you're photographing it. You know, like for example, like this guy here, like the big beastie here. Photographing him sideways is relatively straightforward, but photographing him head on is a different story, right? Because you can even see by this example on the camera, the closer the object is, it falls out of focus, and the further away it can fall out of focus, and in the middle it's in focus, right? It all depends on the f-stop. And the higher your f-stop goes, the better, because you can capture more of this depth. But it also depends on your lens as well. If your lens can handle, you know, greater focal lengths. But you can just do that through the camera. And most of the time, whenever I am doing the higher f-stops, I use a remote on my camera, so I don't have to touch the camera, and I'll go with a longer shutter speed. So the shutter speed will decrease, and it'll be open longer, and it'll take a longer exposure. And yeah, that's usually the way I operate, doing miniature photography. Are you done your Mandalorians yet? Fucking barfing just bailed on me, I guess.
Oh, here?
Oh. I said, are you done your Mandalorians yet? I was joking.
No, not fucking done yet, no.
Get the fuck off my back, man.
No, but he's getting there. This guy is heavily inspired by the Bad Batch armor.
Nice. Give it a little bit to set up. Leave that part there. Let that set up. So let's get some parts. Cloth and a gun. We'll go with his little crystal gun, the Neural Disruptor. And I only know that crystal gun is a Neural Disruptor because that's from Rogue Trader days. Sophie, I tend to just point the camera and click. Oh, well, and most do. And most of the time, cameras, like a cell phone, yeah, it is straightforward. Even if you have point and shoot, or even if you have a DSLR or mirrorless, with the automatic settings, and you just take the picture, most of the times that does work. But sometimes it doesn't, and it helps to know how to get to where you want to be, right? But yeah, you can sometimes rely on just letting the camera do its thing. Basically letting Jesus take the wheel, right? Is that something people say in Norway?
Nope.
Nobody says Jesus take the wheel? Or whatever it is in Norwegian?
I mean, we do say Jesus take the wheel. In English.
Oh.
And most of us are pretty bilingual by now.
Yeah, I mean...
At least my generation.
Well, fucking being bilingual is pretty commonplace in Europe. I imagine most places speak at least 2 languages. Here in North America, though, No, fuck. We couldn't be fucked off to learn one language. Oh, okay, that's that part right there. Let's get that part right now. Yeah, because I can barely speak English, and I'm willing to bet most of the people in my area fucking can't even speak English, and they were born and raised here.
That's what most English-speaking people say.
Yeah, because it's mostly true, no?
I wouldn't know.
It's from my experience. Yeah, it usually is. If somebody says that, like I speak bad English, yeah, they're being a little bit facetious. Fuck, I can't say the word. But yes, they recognize that people don't speak well around here, and as time goes on, I think that only gets worse, right? Especially with this age of, with everybody speaking in acronym and in short forms through texts and stuff like that. Like it's going to affect the language, no? Oh shit! I bent that little part. Damn it! It's over aggressive in my clipping. Hate when I do that.
Yeah, I've seen people write a job application as if it were a text message.
Yeah, like, anybody who has more of a classical education, in the sense classical meaning that, years ago, decades ago, in the last century, yeah, we learned all these basics. And it seems like that shit got pushed aside because, like, when my kids were getting, in school and stuff like that, and they were learning all this stuff, especially with math, like the way they taught math, it was confusing. Like, I showed my kids, like, how I learned, math problems and stuff, and it's really straightforward. And the way they want kids to learn it now, 10, 15 years ago, it's fucking confusing. Like, it makes no sense to go through all these extra steps of what they were teaching. And, yeah, it just boggles my brain. It's almost like they want people to be stupider. And I'm not saying stupider to be rude. I'm saying stupider as in it's making fucking people dumb. And then we wonder why we're in the fucking situation we're in. Or maybe they don't wonder, and it's going exactly to plan. But that's me putting on a tinfoil hat for a second.
Siege is upon us.
What's that?
Siege is upon us.
Yeah. Exactly. Old man, it does. Thanks. Yeah, okay, no problem. Yeah, just shoot me up a message whenever, obviously, this goes for everybody, especially my patrons. My door's always open. Feel free to ask me questions about whatever might be troubling you. Usually it's hobby related, but, I mean, if you got, I don't know, if you're involved in a crime scene, I mean, you might want to call a lawyer, but you can always give me a call. Not like I'm the wolf in Pulp Fiction, but I'm a fucking cleaner. Help you clean up a crime scene.
Come on, yeah, let's get this fucking done.
Pretty please, with sugar and tub. Clean the fucking car. Sophie, don't they speak French as well in Canada? In Quebec and parts of Northern Ontario. But yes, they do speak French, and French is officially the second language of this country. But to get most government jobs and stuff like that, you have to be bilingual, and I think that's kind of bullshit because a vast majority of people do not speak French, and especially in a lot of big urban centers, they don't. like it's an amalgamation. Like there's so many different people in some of the big towns that like French like is non-existent, you know. You're better off learning Spanish or Punjabi or, you know, anything like that. Like you're better off learning those languages. Chinese, you know. French, yeah, it's really not that important. I don't think. In my experience, it hasn't hurt me, you know, as far as like, you know, work or opportunities or anything like that. Kim, think it's only 2 regions where they speak French. Yeah, in Canada, yeah, it's Northern Ontario, as far as I understand, and Quebec. Most other provinces, like the East Coast island provinces, I don't think much French is being spoken there. It seems like a lot of those places were a lot of Irish descendants and stuff like that emigrated to. You get into the prairies. I have a hard time believing that there's a lot of French speakers out there. BC, I don't see. Again, I can see it more Southeast Asian languages and such being spoken or needed to be spoken in British Columbia than anything else, really. Then you get into the Northern Territories. It's like very infrequent. You're better off learning Inuit or any other language, you know. Like, no. Just like America, really, America most likely will become a bilingual country where you need to speak Spanish or some form of it. And that's fine. I know there's a lot of people.
Don't they call it Spanglish?
Spanglish? Spinglish?
It's not a thing.
I don't know. I've heard the term. I've never heard anybody speak it. But, yeah. Did you know, like in Mexico, only like less than half the population speaks Spanish?
Rest speak English?
Nope. They speak the native languages. Mayan
Cool.
and Aztec.
Well, that's pretty cool.
It's only in the big centers that they speak Spanish. But like out in the country, they speak more traditional languages. Which gives me hope for the future.
Yeah, keep it alive.
Well, I mean, for my own language, you know, I mean, we can learn it in school. We didn't when I was a kid, but when my kids were growing up, yeah, I made them take Ojibwe classes to speak. So they can speak it better than I can, which I fully encourage any other Anishinaabe out there that, yeah, make sure your kids take Ojibwe classes if they can. Sure, they'll tell you, well, they're not going to be, you know, they're not going to need it in future jobs and what have you. That's not the fucking point, people. Jobs. Everybody's always worried about the jobs. Sophie, if I remember right, it all dates back to 1750 during the French and Indian War. What? That French being the bilingual? I think it was probably a holdover from, not really the French-Indian War. I think it's probably the French-English War. Because Canada was dominated by the English, right? So, basically, all the French people were like, you guys all got to go to Quebec. Yeah, I'm not 100% sure why exactly it is French that is, you know, the language of the country.
Mostly confusion.
Yeah. Well, see, because like the thing is like when the French were intermingling with us, things were pretty groovy. You know, it wasn't until the English came and brought their shit that things got a little fucked up in these parts.
It all changed when the T Nation attacked.
Yeah, basically. Get in there. Oh shit, I didn't score that part. Oops. Oops. Oh fuck. I'm gonna get a little more glue on the surface here. Actually, we're gonna attach the cloth, so we'll put a lot of glue here. Put you like that. Get you. Did I score that already? I did. Get you right there. You fucking stay. There we go. Dun 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 dun. There we go. Beauty. Yeah. Dun 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 dun. Just apply a little bit of pressure there. Alrighty. Yeah. Goon arm. How's that little bit? Extra doodads for the belts, apparently.
Do you like me some doodads?
Doodads. For doodadding.
Doo-doo daddy?
Doodoo.
Yeah, I bought the new battle tome for Maggotkin.
Nice.
I'm pretty pleased. I'm not really one to think much about the rules, but I'm really, really happy about where they went. You can have. I was under the impression that you couldn't take a let's say a demon prince, but you can. 2 in every 4.
Oh, really?
A unit can be slaves of darkness.
I have the book. I have not cracked it open.
The new book's mail. The disgustingly resilient has now become more powerful. Like, instead of being like a 5-up feel no pain, you also gain a wound.
Oh, that's cool.
Every turn. Yeah, that's. But I think they made the dudes a bit more pricey in points. I don't know. I haven't paid that much attention.
Right. What is this little part? 126.
It's more incentive for me to just go, hit things. So I don't have to worry about positioning or, can this guy kill my group or whatever. I'll just go, hit him.
Right.
Yay. Roll dice, have fun.
Oh, it's a knife. It's a knife. Sophie, does it annoy Canadians saying they're British because the Queen is ninth? Are on their money? Like does Australians? Does it annoy Canadians that the Queen is on the money? I'm not sure. It doesn't seem like it because it doesn't seem like there's a mad push to have her mug removed from the money. So, yeah, that I couldn't tell you. A Canadian perspective, yeah, I have no idea. I mean, do I think her face should be on the money? Not really. I mean, if Canada's truly an independent country, then no, it shouldn't be on the money, right?
Put a beaver on it.
Well, I think there already is.
Not that kind of beaver.
Oh. then yes.
Wouldn't that be funny? Just some country had like money with profanity on it.
Oh, that'd be fucking great. I think it should.
We make our own nation.
Yeah.
Monkey Land or something. Just have dicks on the money.
Yeah, there we go. See, fuck, you're talking my language now.
Apparently you can do that.
Make your own money? Sure.
Yeah, just make your own nation.
Just make your own nation, yeah. You can do that too.
Find some unclaimed land somewhere and be like, yep.
Or claimed. Because people do that too. Fucking battle going on right now about that. All right. This piece has a little indentation here. I assume is where they want you to stick this. And yeah, so we'll score it up. Provide some surface. Now where the fuck does it go? Of course, they don't give you like a fucking angle on like where. Like this is the instruction. Take this little bit, not even clear what the fuck that bit is, and then stick it here on his hip. Like what? On a grenade? Like where am I sticking this? God damn it! Usually the follow-up picture shows you like, oh, it goes here. Like motherfucker. Like, how am I supposed to stick this? Like, after you've attached this arm, how are like motherfuckers? Like, god damn it! They're trying to stress me out. That's what they're doing. They want to stress me out. Where does that? It's got to attach
your ass.
I'm thinking that's what they're thinking. Let's see if he actually sticks it in his bum. Ah, he stuck it in his bum.
Well, if the rules are if the instructions are that unclear, isn't that basically just saying stick it up yours?
Yeah, essentially, right? I'm stuck because I'm not clear as to where the fuck this knife goes. This is the first fucking dude I'm assembling here, and the pictures do not fucking help.
Is there like box art you can look at?
I could probably go onto the website and have a look at the character because I'm sure there's probably a 3-dimensional rotation of the character on the site. Hopefully, maybe, possibly. We're gonna give it a shot. I'm gonna give the old college try here. I'm trying to navigate the web with my left hand, and despite what you may think, I'm not a pro at it.
And that ruins my joke.
I knew it. I knew I'd cut you off at the pass on that one.
He was right there.
Yeah. Okay, where is this dickhead? He's right there. I don't see the fucking knife on him. Is it the guy with the crystal gun and the sword? The long banner on his fucking crotch. Oh, wait, there is. Damn it. You cock fucks. Okay, look at this. Okay, hold on here. I'm gonna
Is it on a completely different place?
Not quite. Hold on here. So, oh shit, can I do this right now? Hold on. This might get fucked up here. Yeah, it's all fucked up. How fucked up is this fucked up? Whoop. It's fucked up.
That's fucked up.
Okay. So here he is. This is the character I'm currently working on. And of course now the rotation's not going. But there's no knife on his fucking belt. So if there's no knife there, then I'm not fucking putting a knife on. If I don't have to put a knife in there, I'm not. But this is the guy I'm working on. And the picture on the fucking instructions right there says this little knife detail here that I'm holding here, this part goes right there. But on the site, there is not a knife to be had. Do you see a knife there? I don't see a knife there. I see he's knifeless. That's an actual term. You can look that up. Knifeless. Without knife. Fucking hell. Anyway, all right. So, guess what? Guess what? No knife's going there.
Going on there, is it?
I'm not fucking putting a knife there. Fuck it. So now...
Did you... I can't fucking see. Did you snip it out from...
The part...
Where?
The part is called 126. And... I snipped it out. Where was 126 at? It's 124, 125. I don't even remember where the fuck I snipped it from. There's so many parts on these sprues, for God's sakes. Anyway, no, it's a little knife part. If I find a part that's 126 and it's not the part I clipped, then I fucked up. Oh my
Yeah,
lord.
that was my fault. I almost did that today with Mandalorians.
I mean, it wouldn't be the first time that I've snipped something that should have been elsewhere and glued into place and fucked up the entire order, but God damn it, where was it? I'm getting pissed off now.
The white dingle dangle thingy he's got there. Did you glue that one on?
The dingle dangies.
Yeah, on the picture on the G-Tubs website.
It's a little grenade, I think, right? That little white thing.
Hey, is that the 126 part?
No, that's actually part of his chest.
Oh, well then, fuck me.
Yeah, like the little pouch and that white grenade on his belt. Yeah, that's part of his front torso part. Same with his holster on the other side.
So they're saying you should stick the knife on the grenade bit or beside it.
Stick it. Fuck that. I'm not sticking grenade
no,
knife.
It's not on there. Fuck it.
No, the knife's not there. If you look on the official site, the knife is not in that position. But probably because the crew, when they were assembling the fucking kits, they were like, "Fuck this! I'm not putting this there. It doesn't fit." God damn it! Where did I get the part? I'm still looking for the damn part on the sprue. I'm looking for the damn number. Did I take it off this sprue? Fuck! I'm reading it upside down. I'm annoyed. As you may or may not be able to tell, I'm annoyed. And see, the thing is, like, when they arrange these numbers, they don't do it in a sequence. It's just fucking numbers jump all over the place. It's... What the goddamn number? Number 126. I'm about to fucking call it quits here in a second, but... $125, 124, 126. Fuck it, I give up. No idea where the part was. I do not even see it anymore. Yeah, I don't give a shit anymore. I've lost interest now. I fucking cannot find it. I don't think it exists. I think it was a figment of my imagination, for fuck's sakes.
Came from another kit.
Came from another kit. Fuck it. God damn it. Anyway, did I mess this up? Here we go. Sophie could stick it on his boot. I could stick it on his boot, but I no longer care. I no longer care. So we're gonna go with parts 120 and 119. Make up two parts to make up his arm, and then we're gonna glue that into place. Fuck.
I'm still partially on the stick it up his ass thing.
It's best not to dwell, bud. Best not to dwell.
Don't dwell on the arse.
Don't dwell on the arse. Because every time I think I see the part number for this fucking knife, yeah, I think, oh no, it's the wrong part. I don't even remember what I'm looking for now. Fuck. 120 right here. It's 120 sword, right? Ugh. Ugh.
Ooh, I like the banner on the back.
Yeah. We're going to do the banner. And the way I have painted up the Corsair Heavy is pretty much how I think I'm going to paint these Corsairs. Is it an established color scheme? No. Is it completely made up? No idea. I made it up, but it could already be Corsairs or some Eldar already painted that way, but I don't know. It's not really something I worry about. Where is my heavy? There he is. Yeah. Here's the Corsair Heavy. And oh, you know what? I don't even think I showed the back of it, eh? But yeah, it is Turbo Dork Twin Suns is the armor color. That's the armor color. If anybody was curious of what color that armor is, it's a metallic, but I allowed it to dull. So it's not a shiny metallic anymore. And yeah, it's shiny, but it's not like normally how I go glossy on the armor. Yeah. But anyway, yeah. So this is pretty much how my Corsairs are going to get painted. Like this. That's the color scheme. That's the plan anyway. So 120, I got that bit. 119. Scoured that one sprue, didn't see it. Scouring the next sprue. It's 119. It looks like it's the shield arm. That shouldn't be... 119. There it is. Perfect. It's all coming together now. Aside from the knife. We're not fucking worried about that. Oh, 126. Fucking found it. Jesus H. It was right here. 126 was right there. That's where the knife bit was. But yeah, it was 126. Part 126. Right? So, Chris is not crazy. Is that where you were going with this haul? Was Chris is crazy? And can't see the parts? Were you trying to make me look ridiculous?
Why would I?
Yeah, exactly. Why would you? Because I do a pretty good job of doing it myself. So, for God's sakes, I just spent the last 10 minutes looking for a part number, for fuck. Fucking bullshit. Anyway. Enough raging out about stupid shit.
You know what? I'm gonna paint one of these fuckers like a banshee.
Like a howling banshee?
Yeah.
Sure, do it. Mando's in a banshee scheme? That's interesting. Like a bone armor? Yeah. With a bone undersuit?
Bone scar.
A what?
Bone scar. Not Beskar.
Oh, bone scar. Ah, I see what you did there.
Oh, maybe like a ghost from a crate dragon or something? Yeah.
There we go. Yeah. I like it. I like it. You're going different places, and I like it. You're incorporating two fantasy universes. That's fun. That's like going with Lord of the Rings and painting them Warcraft colors. It's basically the same universe, but whatever. Does that
based Mordor orcs?
There we go. See, yeah, right. We can run combinations like that all the fucking day. Just running combinations of, Blood Angel, Rohirrim, right?
Ooh, Voidscarred over here.
What? That's kind of on the nose, though, isn't it?
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, I get.
Like that seems like the shortcut
what
way.
they want you to do.
Yeah, you know what I mean. It's like white scars and anything with the Asian Mongolian vibe, right?
Yeah, fair point.
It's like doing Ultramarines without doing Roman Centurions. Like, it's just kind of obvious that, that's the route you're going to go. I mean, you can. There's nothing wrong with going the obvious route. But it's a little bit more fun when you got to make people think. Wait, what was the inspiration for this? Why did they go with this route? When you make people ask questions, right? It engages people. If that's what you want to do. If you want to be non-confrontational or non-engaging, then, go the obvious roads.
If you want to be fucking boring.
If you want to be fucking boring, that's exactly it, man. That's exactly it. That's my thoughts on it. If you want to be fucking boring, do just like everybody else, right? Says the guy who paints his Samhan the way Games Workshop paints his Samhan. But, I mean, I wouldn't be on this journey with this model here if I stuck with, traditional color schemes, right? I'm showing the Swamp Beast. Right? I don't think, the Pig Gator. I don't think anybody painted it like this, right? I don't know. I could be wrong. I haven't seen everybody's Pig Gators. That just sounds twisted. Show me your Pig Gator. It sounds like a shitty pickup line. Hey, baby, show me your Pig Gator. I guess it doesn't help if I do it in a Duke Nukem voice either, though. Show me your Pig Gator. Anyway. Sophie, getting projects done. Episode Chris searches for a part. Yeah, pretty much. Kim, what is it? The Nockmund? Box is... Okay, say it one more time. Nockmund? But more fluidly. Yeah, not with a break in it, right? Nockmund. Is that close?
There you go.
Was that it? Fucking nailed it.
Yeah, you nailed it.
Fucking nailed it. Might as well end the stream here because that was the peak. That was the peak of this stream. Might as well just turn the stream off now because everything else is downhill from here. Today's episode of Getting Projects Done, Chris learns a fucking new language.
You revived the name you butchered.
Yeah, but you have to ask me tomorrow if I still fucking remember how to say it. And bear in mind, I do consume weed pretty regularly. And that stuff slows the mind. I've actually reduced the amount that I'm taking in right now. I don't do quite as much weed as I've been doing the last couple months. Not because of any concerns or anything like that. It's just reduced a bit. Mainly because I've been consuming stronger stuff. Like the last couple weeks, I usually consume marijuana in brownie form. And I usually have 2 brownies in the evening. And that usually ride that right till bedtime, usually around closer to midnight by the time I go to bed. The brownies I'm currently consuming, I only have 1 brownie. And I ride that till bedtime.
Well,
but the first night that the wife made my new batch of brownies, I had 2. And that shit fucked me up. I was laughing at the stupidest shit. Shit I wouldn't even normally laugh at. Like, I wouldn't even find it funny. And yeah, I was laughing like a kid fucking farting in the bathtub.
Wait, were you actually farting in the bathtub?
No, I shit my pants.
Okay.
No, I'm just saying that, like, I was, laughing at the dumbest shit. Like, my son was making jokes and they weren't funny. But I was laughing. Anywho. Alrighty. We are almost an hour and a half into this, and I'm not even done this one model yet. But that's pretty much about par for the course, though, isn't it, for me? Takes forever to get these fucking models assembled. And painted. And gamed with. In fact, I'm pretty slow. My fucking hair keeps pissing me off. I think I need like a hair clip or something to tie my hair back. And I just trimmed it. I was like, fuck this shit. I'm trimming this. Oh, it's keyed. Nice. They even keyed. Man. These miniature design teams lately, man, these kits are very well thought out. I will say. This is not some fanboy gushing type shit, but like if you want to do sub-assemblies with a lot of these newer kits, it's relatively straightforward to do as opposed to, 20 years ago. I noticed it really when I was doing the fuck is that guy from Age of Sigmar? The pretty guy? He's a Slanesh duder. Sigvold? Yeah, I noticed it was Sigvold that he went together as a sub-assemblies really well. And yeah, I was like, that was I think the first time I was ever like, wow, the design team really did something here. They really thought through the process of how this model goes together, how somebody might paint it. You know what I mean? They made it easy so that you could do sub-assemblies for people who wanted to spend more time on the model. Or, you could just slap it all together and you could still mostly get into some of the nooks and crannies, but, it all depended, right? Like most of the time, I like to fully assemble a kit and then paint it if it's for gaming. But if I'm going to do it as a centerpiece or as a display or a competition type thing, sub-assemblies, right? So, yeah. Kim got home from work, got high, was going to do some painting, did fall asleep, and did not wake up before 30 minutes into the show. Right. I hear you, man. I hear you. It's okay. Like, you guys don't hurt my feelings, like, when you don't show up, or even, like, in the chat, like, when Barfing's not here, or Boop's not here, or anybody. Like, it's fine, It's not really the point. I mean, it's nice, obviously having, Barfing Sheep sit here and, it feels a little bit more like I'm connected to all of you, right? Because in my brain, I'm talking to Barfing Sheep and we're having conversation, we're having laughs, and, we're doing a little bit of hobbying and what have you. And by extension, you all are like Barfing Sheep in the regards of how I'm conversing with you. It helps me converse to everybody whilst I talk to, Barfing Sheep, right? Does that make sense?
Yeah. I shall be the beacon.
I don't know about that. Just on any standard, I don't know if you should be the beacon for anybody.
Nope.
I mean, it's not a diss. I'm not throwing any disrespect your way, but I caution anybody who's like, yeah, I want to be just like Barfing Sheep.
Yeah, no, you don't. Be you.
For God's sakes, man, don't be me. Be you.
Yeah. I did have a friend who was a bit of a copycat. And not growing up being the not popular kid, very uncomfortable.
Well, sure.
And this guy suddenly does everything you do.
Yeah, it's kind of creepy.
Yeah, no, go away, please. Be your own person.
Yeah, I hear that. Ooh, got some choices here. We can either put the helmeted head on, or we can put the unhelmeted. I'm a big fan of unhelmeted heads for Eldar. I'm a happy guy. Like the Guardian box, man, you got a fucking bazillion different heads in that box set. Like, it's kind of tempting to just go grab one of those heads and slap it on this guy. But he's got two head options, helmeted or unhelmeted. Let's go unhelmeted. We're going unhelmeted.
Yeah, I tend to go, if there's an option for a face, I go for a face.
Yeah, well, it's just a little bit more interesting sometimes, right? Like rank and file dudes, sure, helmets, right? All uniform, right? Everything like that. But sometimes it's just nice, to see a little face in there. Like Space Marines. if I was doing Space Marines, I probably would do them all unhelmeted. Just because it looks cooler. You know? It makes no sense, you know, logically and, you know, even within the universe, right? But, yeah. I don't know. Just something about the look, you know? Oh, fucking what part am I looking for? I'm looking for a part. I didn't even look up what number I was looking for. So 127. Ah, 127. Found it. Winning. Oh, fucked up the part. No, I didn't. With little parts like this, I usually clip further into the sprue so that I can get in close, if need be, to deliberately free away the rest of the sprue where it connects up to the part. I'm sure I've described this many, many times on this show, but friend, sometimes, you know, there's new people, and they're like, Chris, what is your process when, you know, cleaning miniatures? And my process is very time consuming. But for most of you out there, I mean, you're doing this as a hobby to relax and chill out and, you know, not think about all the fucking horrors of the world right now. And you take a break from it, right? Nothing wrong with taking a break. Nothing wrong with taking a break. It's when you fully retreat. That's when it becomes a problem. What's that expression? No retreat, no surrender.
Gotta fight them on the beaches.
No, I was thinking more of fucking Galaxy Quest. Did you ever watch that one? No retreat.
Is that the game?
It's the one that's a parody of Star Trek. With Tim Allen.
No.
No?
I was thinking about Space Quest, the Sierra game.
Oh. No.
No, that's the show with, what's his face, Family Guy.
Yeah.
Seth MacFarlane.
Or no. That's Orville. That's the one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. No. Galaxy Quest was an older film. It's about, I think, early 2000s. It's a good flick. It parodies basically Star Trek. Like if Star Trek was, what if if there was an alien race out there that thought Star Trek was real, and they came to Earth asking for our help. It's a comedy situation. It's funny.
Oh, it's the one with Sigourney Weaver. I haven't seen that one.
No? Oh, highly recommend it, man. It's classic. It's a good flick. And it's got a lot of funny moments in it as well. And it's one of the notable performances by Alan Rickman. It's just a good flick. It's a good flick.
Well, then I have to see it.
Yeah. Like, it's not a serious film, you know.
It's got Tim Allen.
Yeah, it's got fucking Tim Allen. It's got what's his nuts there. He's hilarious. Fucking the hell's his name? He wasn't big at the time, but nowadays he's more of a brand name. Sam Rockwell. That's it. He wasn't very big when this movie came out. I don't think it made him big afterwards, but he just, you know, he became more of a name since then.
Yeah, I'm having a wee peep.
Yeah, but
I'm gonna look in IMDb. I have no fucking idea. Oh, he was in Poltergeist. No, 2015 Poltergeist. Never mind. Let's see. Moon? Oh yeah, he was the guy in Moon.
Sam Rockwell?
Okay. Yeah.
I never watched Moon.
Well, I couldn't say I watched it, but it was on.
Yeah. Okay, that's the head. So the last thing is what? His back banner. And we're going to put a back banner on. Back banner. Back banner. Oh, he had the other banner too. You could put the little doodad on his back. And if I do another box, because I'll probably buy another box or two of these when they come out individually. Because the Eldar Codex has two different configurations for this pack. You can do it up as a normal Corsair unit, or you can do them up as these Voidscarred. They're actually two different things. Part number 122. Shouldn't be too fucking hard to find this. Yet, here I am staring at one sprue and not seeing it. There it is. Right, 122. 122. That's the only back banner piece, I think, eh? Yeah. I think they should just make a bunch of these back banner pieces and, you know, profit.
Just like on a kit, or like one sprue you buy for a fraction of a price.
Yeah, like I don't.
What do you call them? Like the Space Marine upgrade kits.
Yeah, you know, like just give Eldar players more options for, you know, modeling, right? Give us all the fun stuff like the back banners, the unhelmeted heads. I don't know, what's some other stuff. I can't think of anything. I don't do a lot of converting, so it's not like you know, I'm pleading a very good case here.
I don't know, some Forge World shit.
Yeah, you know, some Forge World. Fuck, I don't, you know, yeah, you know. Sophie, that's a lot of weed, Chris, isn't it? Isn't that bad for you? Weed, I don't. There's a lot of things about weed being good for you and bad for you, and does this, doesn't do this, and I don't treat it like a cure-all, but it definitely fucking chills me out, and when I'm into it, I feel no pain. So that's why I play with weed, is because, you know, my fucking joints don't hurt, and it helps me sleep at night. Because as you might imagine, my brain does not shut off at night, as I imagine many of you out there as well. You know, you get into bed and your fucking brain's still going on about shit, right? And when you're on the weeds, you don't give a shit about that shit. You just, yeah, good night, and you're out. Usually by that point, you know, you can't fucking see straight anyway, so. If you're getting some good shit. I know it seems like kind of like a dangerous thing, because my son is going to go work at a nursery, weed nursery, and yeah, that sounds like a bad idea, but it'll be fine. I swear. Is it a widely held perception that a lot of Canadians are fucking smoked out of their heads?
But they're what?
Smoked out of their heads.
Not from what I've heard, no.
No? Okay. Because sometimes it seems like that is the case, that people just think fucking Canadians are sitting around smoking weed all fucking day.
Well, of all the Canadians I know, I'd say it's about 50%. But I don't know many Canadians.
Okay, well, because 50% amongst the general population, that's pretty low.
Oh yeah.
In my experience.
Amongst the ones I know.
Yeah.
You being one of them.
Yeah.
Nah, man. That shit doesn't work on me.
Then you're not
THC, CBD, and opioids do not work on me.
Opioids? You fucking
morphine.
You fucking doing fucking heroin over there or what?
No. No heroin. Morphine.
Right, but isn't that a derivative of fucking heroin?
Yeah, well, it's an opioid, so yeah.
His fucking head came off. Fucking pets' heads are coming off. I thought I put enough glue down. Apparently I didn't. Or did I put his head on backwards? Who knew? He's got a doodad on the back of his head, and it feels like it's bumping up against his collar, and I don't know why that is. Maybe because his head's supposed to have more of an angle? Yeah, it's supposed to be turned more. That doesn't feel right either. Fuck it. Do it right there. Stay there.
It's a shame when the head doesn't feel right.
When there's too much teeth. Sophie, Alan Rickman, Sigourney Weaver, yeah. Sam Rockwell plays Justin Hammer in Iron Man 2. Yeah, exactly, yeah.
Oh!
Yeah. Now you know the guy I'm talking about?
Yeah, no, I know exactly the guy. Yep.
Yeah.
He is maybe my favorite character in that movie.
He's good. He's good. When you watch him in Galaxy Quest, he's pretty fucking funny too. Why doesn't this feel like it's sitting right?
I want my build.
Okay, why does this feel like it's sitting in there properly? You're pissing me off. And when things start pissing me off, they get more glue. We'll make that part fit. There we go. There we go. Looks just like the picture. Kind of. Sort of. Yeah, pretty much. There we go. Got one down. I'm not sure I'll glue him to the base yet. I think I'll probably leave him off the base for a bit. Just so I can get into some of them nooks and crannies. Because you know Chris is all about them crannies. Alright. Next Eldar. What time we at here? 1:37. Jeez Louise. Kim. Sam Rockwell plays Zaphoid Beetlebrock, yeah, in Hitchhiker's Guide to Galaxy. Yeah, he's fucking hilarious in that movie. Yeah.
Very nice.
Yeah, Kim, best fucking role. Have you watched that one, Hitchhiker's Guide?
Oh, yeah. Several times.
Yeah. He's hilarious in that. Martin Freeman's also great in that. No, you Canadians probably don't smoke more weed than the rest of us. I don't know. It's quite a bit. And the thing is that I think more people should. Because they need to fucking chill out in these parts. People getting all uppity. Anyway. Sophie. Don't smoke at all. Me, whether weed or tobacco. Well, that's good, Sophie. That's good. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. C1. Why do they say C? I know sometimes the sprues, they label them A, B, and C, but why do they label it C? Just say it's 1. There's 2. How come it goes 1, 3, 4? Oh, 2's over there. Okay, so this is 2. Okay, wait, we're getting somewhere. That's 4. All right. we have our mission here. So this is part 4. This is part 2, and we need that for the part of this process. So we will free it from the sprue, as one does. The other thing I like lately from a lot of these kits that GW's been doing is they've been hiding where the contact points are for the sprue to the part on seam lines or parts that will be obscured when you assemble them. I also like that as well. So that was 4. Where's 3? 3. There's 3 right there.
It makes me really happy when they manage to hide mold lines.
Yes. Yeah. Because like there's varying degrees, right, of people in this hobby of like skill levels, and it should always be a consideration, you know, the skill level. So like somebody who's brand new to this hobby, they should not be overwhelmed by, you know, putting one of these kits together, right? As I'm sure there are many out there who are whelmed. Not overwhelmed, not underwhelmed, just whelmed. And I need some new nippers. So I think these are feeling kind of dull.
New nipples?
Yeah, some new nipples. As one does. How's this for a fucking assembly guide? Oh, okay, no, it tells these parts. Fuck, I was like... I was looking at this part, and I was saying, okay, now you could do it as that. And I was like, okay, but this part doesn't look... but no, it is. I was getting ahead of myself. Bum, ba, bum, 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 bum.
Too fast, Chris. Slow down.
Yeah. I know. I'm on my second character, and we got, what, 19 minutes left of the stream. I mean, the stream can go as long as I like. But I got other shit to do. Other things to take care of. Can't be sitting here all day fucking streaming for y'all. I mean, I could. I don't know. Do people want me to stream longer? Or are these, like, 2-hour blocks enough? I feel like they're enough.
Yeah, if you feel like they're enough, then that's enough, really.
Because I know, like, there's plenty of streamers, like for example, like Epic Duck Mike. It seems like he streams all fucking day. Now, I'm not on the interwebs all day long, you know, monitoring him or anything like that, but yeah, it seems like he's on, like, he starts up like 9 o'clock in the morning and he starts streaming, and it doesn't seem like he stops till like mid-afternoon kind of thing. That's a long time. I don't know how he does it. Whereas you get a cat like Ash, who barely streams, you know? So, and I'm sure he probably gets pestered a lot to hold more live sessions. But I feel like you guys get enough of me. Any more, and I think everybody would kind of be like, oh, I'm fucking tired of this guy. Or is that me projecting?
No, I don't know. Honestly, don't know.
I mean, like, I guess if the support was there, I would stream more. You know, like, I don't have an aversion to this. It's often a lot of fun, and you know, I get shit done doing this, right? Like, whenever I'm sitting here and I'm doing this without the cameras rolling, I feel like the camera should be rolling. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like I should capitalize on this time when I'm doing this stuff. That's just on me, though. That's just being, you know, a content creator and, you know, shit like that, right? But anyway, yeah. Sophie, up to you, Chris. Have them for as long as you're comfortable doing. Yeah, that's what I kind of figure.
Yeah, all in all, it's up to you. Like,
Yeah.
how much you feel like you want to do.
Well, I mean,
you're sitting there like, oh fuck.
well, see, the thing is like doing these streams, which I like doing. It's using up more of my time rather than doing some other stuff that I could be doing, or, you know, filming other videos, or, you know what I mean? Like, because, like, if I streamed all the time, then you'd never see another tutorial out of me, right? And for me to concentrate on tutorials, I have to do less streaming, right? And so, you know, I've built up a majority of my audience with tutorials. And, you know, so, I don't know.
Yeah, if it ain't broke.
Yeah. Well, it's just, you know, like, as of late, you know, it's just been just exploring other possibilities. You know.
Yeah, I was just about to say, it is within your power to experiment with these fucking times and when and where and what.
Yeah, like I'm wide open. For some people, their streaming schedules, you know, they're convenient for them because, you know, they have family, they work jobs, or, you know, whatever, right? Whereas myself, like, this is all I do right now, and thankfully, so far, I have been able to afford to do it, but it's still been pretty close as far as, you know, being able to afford to do this full time. It's really more on, you know, communal support. And of course, this whole pandemic didn't help that situation at all.
Either way, I think us monkeys, we're not really going anywhere.
Hopefully not.
No, I'm pretty sure we won't.
You never know. I mean, like, I assume people tuning into me, like a majority of them that tune in, they're here for a limited time, right? I realize that, you know, people's tastes change, especially in younger people. Like, for example, like someone like Sophie, you know, she's here, she's having fun, you know, and do I expect to see her in 5 years? Not really, you know. She's young. She'll probably move on to something else that interests her and shit like that. And, you know, that's fine. You know, such is life. But others, you know, where we form a slightly closer bond, you know, yeah, I imagine they'll stick around a little longer. Those that, you know, where you start to foster actual kind of friendships, you know. But I don't take it personally. Try not to, anyway. At first, you know, it's like, oh, you son of a... Then it's like, oh, well, whatever. All right. I get it. Especially, you know, like somebody who's still learning in this hobby, and of course their interests change, or maybe they get out of the hobby, you know. There's no reason to continue support or, you know, engaging with the videos or anything like that, right? And I get that. Gets it. But
I can only speak for myself. Like, at the foundation of it, I'm not going anywhere, at least. Fucking, I've been stalking you since when you started, when the any wargaming stuff went on.
Yeah. Well, I imagine too, like a lot of the monkeys, you know, are very familiar with my work from then, right? And it tends to be, you know, I think a certain age demographic.
Yeah, there are some names that I recognize from both the Discord and when you're doing Way of the Brush.
Yeah.
From way back.
Yeah. Yeah, there's still a few. They come and go, and that's fine. I don't need everybody.
I myself had a little break for I don't know how long, but I was just creeping around, lurking in the background when you were doing the Way of the Brush things.
Yeah. That's fine. absolutely nothing wrong with that. Because some people, you know, again, this is a hobby for, like, you know, 99.9% of everybody, right? This is a hobby, and it's very few of us that are fortunate enough that we can actually, you know, make a living off of this. What is that name? I can't see that name. Oh, it must be somebody on YouTube. Fuck, I'm not on YouTube, am I?
No.
Oh.
Shouldn't be.
Yeah, I don't see Twitch telling me that was somebody. Yeah, so it's got to be somebody on YouTube. Kim, have you noticed any change in the amount of patrons, either more or of them or less? It has been a slow progression of gaining a couple and losing a couple, but overall, since this pandemic, support has decreased. So, yeah, I would blame the pandemic for those kind of numbers. If we're looking at the numbers of it all, yeah, support has decreased. The number of supporters has gone down a bit in comparison, but it's the overall values of support that has changed, which is, you know, fine. I understand. I mean, like, you know, for some, you know, they want to contribute, and thankfully they do, and, you know, they can, but unfortunately, you know, as things get tighter and they're evaluating, you know, where their resources are going, yeah, they go, you know what, yeah, I haven't really tuned into anything Chris has been doing, so, you know, I'll cut support, right? It only makes sense. It hurts my little feelings, but, you know, I understand. Oh, I never cleaned this part yet.
Fucking find them.
Yeah, no, I get it. Like, I'd be in the same boat as well. I mean, if I was supporting somebody on Patreon and, you know, my resources are getting tight and I'm re-examining where my fucking money's going, and, you know, especially now that we get fucking microtransaction to death on fucking everything, apps to, you know, internet packages and, you know, all these fucking things where we get fucking gouged. I understand completely. Which is why sometimes I periodically, you know, look for input from the supporters on how to improve, or, you know, do something different, or do it better, or, you know, whatever, right? Just so that, you know, we are increasing value, right? So that so that supporting monetarily makes sense. But unfortunately, you know, given that this is a hobby, that it's not vital, right? It's not something that, you know, you have to have. You know, it's not like food. You need food. You need a shelter over your head, right? At least that's what they keep telling me.
I mean, do get a bit itchy if I don't get some models painted.
Yeah, sometimes a little bit. Get a little bit itchy. And for me, it's not so much itchy as much as bitchy.
Okay.
I get a little bitchy when I can't play with my toys. I get bitchy. And I whine like a little bitch. Baby back bitch. Sophie, I have no plans to stop watching your shows, Chris. It's often the highlight of my evening. If you weren't streaming tonight, I'd probably sat up in bed watching The Walking Dead. You know, I haven't watched Walking Dead in fucking ages. The wife started watching the latest, I think it's the latest season. I stopped watching. When the fuck did I stop watching? I can't remember what the fuck happened. Oh, the guys who walk with the zombies. I can't remember what the hell they're called. Them. And yeah, his little girl and oh, and after Rick got shot. That's it. After Rick got shot. Yeah, I stopped tuning in. Not because Rick got shot, just fucking lost interest in the show. It just kind of went on. I really started losing interest in the show when that whole season, when they did that one season where it was everybody was heading to Terminus, and we were getting, you know, a few episodes of like, here they're walking this way, this group is here, they're walking this way, you know what I mean? And it was basically like Lord of the Rings. Everybody's just fucking walking, and it culminates in one tiny conflict for, you know, a day at Terminus. And that's kind of when I stopped watching the show. I was like, oh, whatever, fuck. So yeah, that was the season where I was kind of like, I was fucking done with Walking Dead. Okay, we're gonna put the little Farseer head on, the spear, and number 12. Okay, so Farseer head, number 10, number 10. There's only one Farseer head in here, but you gotta make sure, right? Let's cut this part first. Then we'll cut this part next. We'll cut this part last. Here we go. Next, the staff. We will cut it. Cut here, and then here, and then up here. Like that. And we'll cut that part right there. There we go. Number 12. Where's number 12? I feel like I'm playing bingo now. Oh wait, I didn't do the back piece. Oops.
Maybe it is.
Maybe it is bingo? Could be. Number 14. What do they show? It's just a blank back thingy. Okay. We'll have to find a blank back thingy. The back thingies. What fucking part am I looking for? 12. 12. Open hand. There we go. Oof, that's precarious. The sprue connects right up to the thumb. Here we go. And I would have howled if that part went flying and I had to go digging through my carpet looking for that piece.
Would you do the TIE Fighter roar again?
Yeah, I do the fucking TIE Fighter scream. For sure. For sure, I'd blow up my fucking larynx doing that. Kim, I've been collecting the comics so long that when they did the first season of Walking Dead, I was right way. They have toned down the story so much and changed so much from the comics that it was a pain to watch. And one of the main characters in the TV show didn't even exist in the comics. That Daryl guy, right? Yeah, I mean that's dangerous whenever you get adaptations of, you know, shit from written sources, right? Comics, books, what have you. Yeah, you know. I never read the Walking Dead comics. I think when the show started, I wasn't even aware that it was a comic, right? Again, because I haven't done comics since I was in high school. I was early high school when I got out of comics. But up to that point, yeah, I was all about X-Men and stuff. Mainly because it sounded like a Sexman. Nice. Nice, you fucking pervert. Oh, shit. No. Almost knocked that sprue over. You got fucking sprues everywhere. Alright. I just clipped that part. Where the fuck did it go? Oh, there it is. Oi! Benjamin Russell? Oh, it must be on YouTube. Unless, of course, Twitch ain't fucking telling me this shit again. No, I don't think so. I don't see anything here. I don't have my Twitch window up. No, it's gotta be. It's gotta be on the tubes. The YouTubes. Kim, and that is still running comics. Started about 10 years before the TV show. Yeah. I mean, there's plenty of shows that are adapted from comics and books and stories and whatever's. I realize that, you know, I'm not with everything, and, you know, I'm not too, which is probably why I'm not too precious about a lot of these properties and such that come out. Where's there it is. Yeah, because I mean, like if I had been reading Walking Dead 10 years before the show came out and then started watching the show, yeah, I'd probably be disappointed. But then again, I mean, like, it also has to do with our own expectations of the show, right? Like, if you had, it's just like Lord of the Rings. If you were, watching the movies and reading the books, you'd have been a huge fan of the stuff, and then, oh, thank you, honey.
You're welcome.
It's coffee time. Did you put on coffee or did I put
I
it?
did.
You did it?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you.
Bring some for me.
You're welcome.
Barfing Sheep says he wants coffee.
Please.
She laughed. She's not going all the way to fucking...
When you come up, can you bring dice?
What?
Remember I wanted to give dice to John. Give me some dice.
I'll give you dice.
Some cards.
I'll give you cards.
Oh, oh.
I don't know. She come down here being all nice. Now she's barking shit at me. Jesus. Somebody she works with. He's familiar with my work, and when she came in for the interview for her job, she was taken back a bit that he was familiar with my channel and all this shit.
Yeah, I've never been one of those guys who are like, the book was better.
Yeah,
Because I've never read the book before I saw the movie, but with The Hobbit, I did that. But still, I didn't think the book was better because it's two different formats.
Yes.
And it's limited what you can do with a movie.
For the most part, yes, I agree, 100%. I think the books will always be better. The written material will always be better because the visuals that you see in a movie or adaptation, a cartoon, whatever it is, it can never live up to what was in your brain, right? And I think that's why a lot of people shit on properties that are adapted from written materials or comics or, whatever, right? Because our imagination is far more powerful than the visual storytelling we get in movies, because then they have to adapt it because, yeah, it is two different artistic mediums going from a written medium to a visual medium, right? Because it's the two different thought processes. Reading is an abstraction. We draw meaning from these symbols, and it conjures images, and you know what I mean? And like the writing of a simple quote or a metaphor will hold different meanings, even within other cultures. It can hold different meanings, right? So just something that simple can have many, many different possibilities and can be interpreted many, many different ways, which is wonderful, which is great. When you get to a visual storytelling like movies and TV shows, it's established. And so if you were imagining orcs in Lord of the Rings looking a particular way, the way, they're described in the book, and then seeing it in the movies, it might not line up with what you imagined. And so you would be disappointed in that imagining of what that was, right? And so I think that's where we get a lot of this ire towards, these adaptations. And also, it is a different art medium, right? The written word versus the visual, right? Which is, movies are basically motion pictures, which is basically a picture. Which is why, like, the Lord of the Rings films, the first Lord of the Rings films, or the only Lord of the Rings films, I should say. Well, there's cartoons, but anyway, they work so well because so much care was put in to the visuals and the composition of those images. And that's where the effort really went in. And so they trimmed off a lot of the fat in the stories because obviously runtime would be fucking humongous. and they trimmed out a lot of stuff that really did not pertain heavily to the overall story that you're trying to tell, the narrative that you're trying to tell. And you could also get a adaptation of Lord of the Rings because there's multiple ways to interpret the written word. Sorry, I got an itch in my nose and I'm fighting off a sneeze. So, yeah, it is two different visual mediums. It's like, taking Starry Night by Van Gogh and then writing a book about it. Like, can you imagine that process? Right? A famous painting, a visual image, and then writing a story, a comic, a novel, whatever. Translating that image to the written word. There is a one-to-one way to do it, right? Just simply describe it. But even describing it can be completely nuanced through the author of the written piece, the way they visually interpreted it, right? Again, it's why art is so much fun, because there's so many different ways to interpret it. And the more and more you really kind of examine this stuff, the more and more does the expression beauty is in the eye of the beholder become ever more apparent, right? It's the beauty of art. Is what I'm driving at here. And art is not simply one thing. It is not a monolith of an idea. Does that make any sense?
Yes.
Were you even listening?
Yes.
No, man, I kind of tuned out for a bit.
Yes. Just keep going.
Yeah.
Yes.
Honestly, man, I never listen to anything you say.
No.
Holy shit! How does I have this little thing up on my app for fucking doing streaming. How do I have negative 1,000% CPU usage? How does that happen? How does that occur? How does that become an actual calculation that there's negative 1,000% of the CPU being used? Like it was drawing computing strength from outside the computer? Is that what it's telling me? I guess, right? Like, how does that happen?
Well, movie science. It's something quantum.
it's the quantum thing. It's a quantum math. It's quantum thing of math and things. Yeah, pretty much. Sophie, the Wolverine movie was originally a graphic novel story. The film ruined it. I think. Well, I mean, Wolverine in the X-Men movies, right from the very first one with the Bryan Singer one, I think Wolverine was a mistake the way they portrayed it, right from the start. They had Wolverine completely wrong. So I understand what you're saying, Sophie, but I think the problem is even further back than that, than the Wolverine movie. Sophie, these movies from book, it's better to see the movie first than read the book, and you can visualize the story better when reading it. Can you? I can't do that. I mean, for greater context, I find sometimes it helps reading it afterwards, but beforehand, reading it beforehand and watching the visualization of it, if I was really precious about the written word, I find that I would be in that camp of, no, the book's better. I would be 100% beside everybody else who says that. I'd be right there with them. Typically, I try to break it up. Separate the written word and the visuals, right? Because they are two different things. And, which is why I enjoy movies so much, is because it is a combination of efforts, right? Films, again, are completely collaborative endeavors. And it is, a good film begins at the writing, right? Then it's the visuals. Then it's the performances. And then it is the sound design and music. Some could argue sound design and music are separate, but I'll lump them all. The audio experience. And for my money, Dune captures that so well. The latest Dune film, not the Lynch one. But yeah, I love Dune, and I'm highly anticipating the next part, the next chapter. But yeah, for me, Dune is a good example of staying true to the source material, yet having a fresh take on it. And the beauty of it is, again, like I said before, with the written word and so many ways to visualize and interpret what is being described there, because even your own experiences determine what you imagine, and even your cultural and your all these other factors can play into how you visualize that story, right? All these things that come into play just off a simple written word, and I think that's really wonderful. I think that's something really, really wonderful in this world, that I could write something down and tell a story from my own perspective, and you can read it, and you will visualize something that I never even mentioned or brought into it, or you could even interpret it the opposite way in which I intended, right? And that is wonderful. That is wonderful. So the written word is very, very important. But the written word is not singular in its interpretation. Which I think is probably why you get somebody like the people who make the fucking instructions for IKEA just go with pictures. Which is why pictures, like the expression, picture is worth 1,000 words. That's why fucking IKEA just does pictures for their instructions. Because there's no point in trying to fucking write that all out, because trying to describe how this or that, and you know what I mean? Like, it's exhausting, because even culturally, people can interpret the way something is intended differently. And I'm sure they probably discovered that a long time ago. And that's why they said, fuck it, we'll just draw pictures. Just show numbskull holding a hammer over bolt. Hit bolt with hammer, right? Like,
monkey see, monkey do.
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. And I think that's why part of their success as well, because they made it so that everybody can fucking interpret their instructions and what they're intending a person do with their product, right? Make it easy for people. Instead of going fucking C5, C6, 16A, 15AC. Like, what the fuck is 15AC on this fucking guide? Like, fuck you.
How about fuck you?
How about fuck you? Who made this fucking manual? I'm gonna write them a strongly worded message. No, I'm just kidding. No, please don't hurt me. Sophie, have you written any stories, Chris? Would love to read them if you have. Written stories, not since I was a young lad. Do I have stories on my brain that I feel like made up stories that I feel like I should tell? Yes, I do. There's a universe right now in my brain that I'd like to commit to paper. Paper, written word, whatever, right? But have I done much of it? No. The most of my writing, and it's very, very tiny, is poetry. And that's about it. And I haven't written poetry in a long time. I I haven't written poetry in a long time. I would say probably because I didn't have a muse. And I am one of those artists that believes in the importance of having a muse. A source of inspiration. And yeah. I think a lot of my art actually suffered from that. And you don't have to have a singular muse. My father, I would consider one of my muses for my art. He passed away 2011. And yeah, I really have not touched my canvas work much since then. I've tried to, but it's been hard not feeling it. When he was right there providing the inspiration, shit just flew. Yeah. And since then, no, I haven't. My art has suffered with the loss of my muses.
Can relate to that.
Yeah, I'm sure many artistic types can. I mean, again, you don't even have to be an artist to feel the loss of your muse, or muses. You know, it's the people who yeah. It's just the people who inspire us, right? Whether it be artistic or doing better in our lives, you know. I mean, I attribute the word muse because for me, there is a distinction between a muse and somebody who's more like a mentor, right? Or another force of positive in your life. But yeah. I have been without for a while. For a while. And if I did find a new source of inspiration, you probably see a lot less of me in this format because I'd probably be returning to other artistic endeavors that, you know, invigorate me, I suppose. But yeah, that's about it. Sometimes it does feel like, as an artist, as a creative, I've been in a holding pattern. What am I in a holding pattern for? Not 100% sure. Unclear. But that does. But the lack of clarity does not scare me. I'm not afraid of the unknown. In fact, most of the time I embrace it because something interesting is behind that veil. It could be scary, could be painful, but I'm not afraid of it. And barfing, do you know why I'm not afraid of it? Take a guess. Take a guess. Why I'm not afraid of things like that?
It's so damn personal that I could never guess.
It's not personal.
No, not that kind of personal, but individual.
No, because fear is the mind killer.
Well, could be a different. Yeah.
It's a Dune quote.
Could be anything.
It's a Dune quote. Oh. Fear is the mind killer.
You speak to a man who has yet to see Dune.
Oh, for fuck's sakes!
Or read a book.
I would.
For the first chapter.
I would. Oof, it's a tough one. I would recommend reading it first.
Yeah, that is my plan.
Yeah, I would read it. But she's a hefty one, but it's good. But it's a hefty one.
Oh, she's a big one.
Yeah. It's okay. If you're not scared of a biggin, yeah.
I'm not scared of a big one.
No, because, you know, sometimes you just got to do is roll her in flour and find the wet spot, right?
Come on, give me a big one.
Sorry, I had to lighten up the mood a bit here. I felt like I was getting a little too serious.
And I'm here for it.
Yeah. I usually don't get like this kind of introspective till I'm well into my weed. Oh, my poochie's yelling, barking at something. Yeah. Yeah.
I think this Mandalorian's looking mighty handsome.
You gonna give us a preview in the Discord?
Yeah, as soon as I figure out where all the red goes. Because Bad Batch it's like red, white, grey, and metal. Yes,
Oh, you're doing it Bad Batch style. I missed that.
Yeah, kind of inspired by.
Got you. That sounds cool.
Same color scheme.
Yeah, I like Bad Batch. Did you watch all of Bad Batch?
Yes.
Yeah, I enjoyed Bad Batch. I'm curious to see because yeah, I am a giant Star Wars nerd. I'm curious to see what they do with Omega, and I'm curious to see if we get a live action interpretation of her, and what that would even look like.
That would be cool.
Because she like Boba is supposed to be an unaltered clone of Jango. And basically she is Boba Fett's big sister. Or was she after Boba Fett? No, I thought she was before Boba Fett.
If she's Omega, does that mean she's like
The last
the
then.
last?
Yeah, so maybe she's after. So Boba Fett, so she'd be baby sister to Boba Fett then. Yes. If we're looking at it that way. But either way, I'm curious to see because, you know, I think it'd be interesting. She's an interesting character. I mean, I realize that she's just, like, the character is just a young girl, but, you know, it's interesting to see where they go. And it feels like, spoiler alert for anybody out there, the Bad Batch is kind of like how she gets her start in the universe. Like, it feels like the Bad Batch is a vehicle for introducing her, just like Clone Wars show was a vehicle to introduce us to Ahsoka, who is a really wonderful character, right?
Yeah, after some episodes.
Yeah. I'm of the camp that Star Wars is about Ahsoka. It tells the parallel story of Anakin Skywalker and Ahsoka.
I don't really know. She is very integrated in the Skywalker line.
Yeah. Now, mind you, I mean, like, where a lot of people who are concerned with continuity, right? How come there's no mention of her in other things and other parts of the show and blah blah blah? But no, I think she fits in just fine. Go. Just clean up the head, attach that, and I think we'll call it a day for the stream. What time we at? Holy shit! It's 24. We're 24 minutes OT. Jeez Louise! I better hurry up then.
Woohoo!
Ho ho! Kim, you're not afraid of change. I am not afraid of change. No, there are not many things that would have me say I was afraid. Mainly because I am a firm advocate of the idea our thoughts create words, and words create thoughts. And so when I utilize the word like I'm afraid, I fear this, I'm afraid of this, that cements it into your mind. So when you adopt a mentality of I'm not afraid of this, I embrace this, then you have a very different outlook on everything around you. And our brains determine our reality. Our words, our emotions, everything determine our reality. So when you have a shitty outlook on the world, yeah, you're going to have a shitty outlook on life. And you're just generally going to be unhappy with everything around you. And you're going to miss out on all the marvels of life. And life is to be marveled at. It is amazing we're even here at all to have this conversation about little toy soldiers and how we paint them. I think that's absolutely amazing. Like trying to calculate the fucking odds of that happening are staggering.
This is quite the Yoda episode.
What's that?
This is quite the Yoda episode.
Did you say Yoda?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you said
In a
Oda.
good way. So you said what?
I'm not falling for that.
No. I didn't hear what you said.
Oh.
Excuse me? No, fuck you.
No, because you said something and I heard something says what, and I was like, I'm not falling for that. Fuck that.
Everybody's seen Wayne's World.
Sphincter says what? You're not gonna get me, man. I'm too smart. SMRT. Alright, we score this up. We slap this into the torso. And we have a little Corsair Farseer duder. What is he called? A way seeker. He seeks a way. A way?
This is the way.
This is the way? Yeah, this is the way. One of my favorite memes that came out after the show premiered was one of Mando with Grogu at his side, and he's like staring down his gun, and Grogu is kind of at his side, and they're just like, it was like the episode where he's hunting down the sand people, or not sand people, the Jawas, because he's looking for his shit. And yeah, one of the memes was basically what it looked like with Ojibwe fathers with their kids, and they go in hunting. And I was like, yeah, I could totally relate, because yeah, that was me and my dad way back when, taking me a little kid out in the bush, stalking, hunting. Let's move that head down just a bit. Chin down, chin down. There we go. Yeah, love it. Oh man, I like this model. I like this guy. Oh, fucking dropped him. Oh, broke him. There we go. Look at that. Chris got 2 models assembled. Oh, you guys can't see that. Oh, you can't see that. There we go. Close this up. Kill a team. There we go. Put that right there. Make this closing image nice and purdy. There we go. So we got 2 little duders done. 2.5 hour show, and I got 2 models assembled. Fucking progress. fucking progress.
Fucking A, man.
Fucking A, man. Kim, my archive paints should show up tomorrow or Monday. The Star Wars paints. Cool. Yeah, I remember you guys were talking about that in the Discord, the Star Wars paints. They were released from customs and are on the way. Nice. Kim, that's at least 2 done. Yep. Well, assembled, yes. Now, what? I have 3 done, so I've got, 7 more? I can math. I know math. I know the best math. Nobody got that. I know words. I know the best words. All right. Barfing Sheep. We're going to call it there. Any parting words of sagely advice?
Don't listen to me.
There we go. Don't listen to him.
Yeah.
And for me, take care of your brushes. They'll always take care of you. Always. I'm saying always. That's definitive. Always. They'll always take care of you. Just take care of your brushes. Fuck. Especially since now, like, have you seen the price of an Artificer brush from Games Workshop? Have you seen the
I
price?
don't want to. It makes me cry.
Yeah, they're the fucking the cost of the brush is expensive. That, mind you, it's a good brush, but holy fuck. But anyway, yeah. So if you're dropping that kind of money on your brushes, you should fucking take care of them. Take fucking good care of them. Kim, just paint the fucking models. Patreon link in description. Just use it. Fuck. Fuck. Just fuck. Don't be a bunch of fucking pansies and just do it. Fuck. Anyway, I think we're done. Did you get a lot of work done?
Yeah.
Yeah? Damn it.
Well, posted in the Discord for once.
Yeah. My fucking hair's all over the place here. I don't know what's going on. I think I need another haircut. I'm feeling closer and closer to just shaving my head. And I'm also thinking of just lopping off my upper lip. No, the mustache.
Just sit there with fucking teeth out.
Yeah, just hold on. Anyway. And we're wasting time at this point now. So I'm gonna end it there. I want to thank you guys for oh, you know what? We haven't done a stream or fuck it. We'll do that another time. I was gonna say we'll do a raid, but I don't feel like it. Not that I don't want it. I forget to do it a lot of times. Such a bad streamer. Bad. Barfing.
Yeah. I know what's coming.
You know what's coming?
Yeah.
What's coming?
The Queen.
Oh, damn me. I think am I becoming that predictable? Because it's Queenie?
I have embraced it now.
All right, let's get the hell out of here.